In this tutorial we're gonna talk about how to create animations with motions layout. Okay, so what is motions layout? Okay, but before talking about motion layout, let's understand about the situations about animations. Actually, creating animations in Android is very time consuming because you need to work with XML and the code, okay, and logics, right? So even if you want to create a very simple animations, is very complicated. Okay, so I mean, like, it's very time consuming. But if you want to create more complicated animations then and transitions, it even can take more and time, right? So to help this, Google has created a motion layout. So this is a very new way of creating motions and animations through transitions in XML file. Okay, so it is available starting at API level 14, that is Android 4.0. So with motion layout you can animate the position, width, height, visibility, alpha, color, rotation, elevation, and other attributes of one or more views. Okay, so normally some of these are hard to do with code, but motion layout allows us to easily adjust them using declarative XML files so that we can focus more on our applications logics, right? So how do you add the motion layout? Adding motion layout is very easy. You just need to go to your activity where you want to add your motion layout. Like, for example, I want to add a motion output activity. This activity, I want to add a motion layout to this activity, this output activity, and here you just need to pretty much add this motion layout. Okay, this layout. And motion layout actually is a it extends, you see, the constraint layout. That means is a subclass of a constraint layout. Constraint layout, we have been using constraint layout. Okay, so motion layout is kind of an advanced version of the constraint layout, okay, for making animations more easier. Okay, so obviously you need to go and check out if you have added the necessary constraint layout dependencies in your activity, okay, to use the motion layout. And what next is the interesting thing about motion layout is whenever you create the motion layout, you have to also create the necessary layout descriptor. This layout descriptor description consists of the motion scene that you want to implement. Okay, so this motion scene actually will be consisting of two concepts, like your constraints that you are trying to add to the and then the transitions what you want to perform, right? So the transition is actually is happening on the basis of the constraints that you have set, okay, within the constraint set. Okay, so in your constraint set, that I want the image view to be first starting constraint, I want to make the image view to be on the top, bottom to top of the deep text view. Okay, so and the end constraint, it will be on the bottom of the parent, right? So and this is the transitions is happening in the duration of 200 milliseconds, that is 2 seconds. And you on click, you just toggle the transitions, right? So okay, so this is the simple motion scene that we have created. And to create the motion layout, it's pretty simple. Just you need to add the motion layout and add the layout description with the motion scene. Okay, so the motion scene, as I told you, constraint set actually specifies the beginning and ending position and style for the view or layout to animate, whereas the transitions, this is specifies the start, end, duration, and other detail of the animations to be done on the view. Okay, okay, so saying that, we can now check out if we have the motion layout working pretty fine. So let me just go and run the application, and I want to be at the amount and the tip percent of just 12%. I compute it. So whenever I click, I have the motion layout. You see the animation happening here, and that's toggling it. Okay, whenever I click it, it just toggles the positions, right? And so this is a simple demonstration of motion layout. It's making animations it's like making you create animations much easier. As you can see, it's like if you want to create the same animation using a code, it will be like a hell lot of difficult, right? I mean, difficult plus time consuming. Okay, so with motion layout, we have made it much easier with the motion scene. Okay, so this is the first concept, guys. And then we also have the another interesting concept of motion layout is like we also have a like a motion editor. As you can see here, with your motion editor you can just pretty much do a lot of interesting things, like you can know your start, okay, and end constraint. You just can check it. Your start constraint is on the top and your end constraint is on the bottom. You can check out your complete motion layout. You can check out your also you have the you see, you can just see the difference here. You can also see the transitions. This is the transitions, like you can start and check out your transitions, you see, clicking here. So it's very advanced concept of creating animations, and you can also add more constraint set, or you can create more transitions between constraints, or you can create click or swipe handler, and yeah, it's pretty cool concept, guys. Okay, and what else, guys? You can also actually debug the motion layout, right? So how can we go and debug the motion layout? Is pretty much you can just add a motion debug to path. Okay, this displays the path of the motion only, and also you can say motion d like like show path, okay, let me go to my design section. You see, it's going to show the path, right? The path of how the motion layout is happening is being shown. You see, it's going from top to the bottom here, you see. And yeah, similarly you can see like you have multiple more debug options, like you have show path or no debug, right? Hide all the animations, or show all, so all will display both the path and the progress of the animation. uh, okay, you see. And so path will show the path of the motion only. So progress, this displays the animation progress only, yeah, you see. It's like a lot of multiple debug options are there for in the motion layout, right? So so now let's go and make it show all for the motion debug. uh, we can also actually modify the path actually. So we can modify the animation path with keyframes. Okay, so let's go and also try to uh, just try to, okay, what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to change this like change the motion, I mean, like modify the animation path. Okay, the animation path is from top to happening from the top to bottom, so I want to change my animation path with keyframes. We can also do that. Okay, let's do it step by step. For that what we have to do is we have to uh, start constraint and drag the dot. Okay, let's go and see our constraint. This is our constraint and this is our end constraint. So let's what we are gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna drag it to the middle here. Okay, and so we have this create a keyframe icon. We create this keyframe. Okay, so we'll select the key position, and so here we will be using this key position to adjust the image of the output screen so that it will not overlap with the next containing the tip, right? So select the ID that we have selected already, is automatically selected. All right, choose image. Okay, and then set the input position to 50. Okay, so this is already 50. The type is parent relative, and the percentage x will be 1.5. okay, this will okay, so then we don't need to add any percentage y. Okay, so we just need to add now. As you see, we have now changed our this transition path, right? And yeah, we can now see, and now click the play icon and see how is the transition happening. You see, it's happening in this way. Okay, so the motion editor will automatically generate the code for the key position. So if you go and check your code, no, not this code, but your motion scene code, you will have some kind of a keyframe, key position is automatically generated, right? So this was happening all by our motion layout. And if I run the application now again, I have successfully also changed the position, like the transition position of my my motion layout, right? So I have modified the animation path with keyframes, right? So now I will just create a 5% of 1 2 3 4, compute it, and if I click it here, you see you have all the animation happening here, and the animation was changed here. Yeah, so motion layout is a very advanced concept, guys, and it will just help you create multiple advanced motion layout situation, and it's also debugging is much easier. You see, you can now remove the activity motion layout. You just don't need to show all. I'm just adding a so also I can see also the path. Actually, you see, it's happening in a very smooth manner. Right, saying this, guys, thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Hope you will subscribe and help me create more and more amazing tutorials like this one, guys. Please do subscribe, guys. Please do share. If you like it, please do share with your friends, right? And yeah, if you have any questions, write me a comment. And thank you, guys. Catch you up in the next lecture.